as quickly as possible.
And that's very needed. We're joined now tonight via Skype by the Chief District Engineer from South Florida Water Management District, John Mitnik. And could we just start with a broad overview for people who aren't familiar with South Florida, the overall system to drain everybody in the right order?
Well, yeah, there's definitely a lot of coordination that goes on between the system, the primary system that we manage, as well as the homeowners associations, other cities and county governments, and the drainage systems that they manage. All of us have to work together in order to be able to move that water off the landscape and keep residents dry.
So why is it that some folks occasionally get a lot of rainfall but have to wait a little while before their community drains? How is it that not everybody can go into some of the main canals all at the same time?
Well, here at the Water Management District, like you said, we manage the primary system, those main canals. So think of a highway system where you have interstate freeways, then you have the connecting roads coming up to the freeway. We manage the freeways, so everybody on those side roads trying to get off of their local or county road, get onto the freeway, all of that has got to work together. And that system has got to be in coordination with our system in order to get it all down the lane.
And we look at an event like this week's event where you're expecting prolonged heavy rainfall. What kind of challenges does that impose for you guys?
Well, for the last couple of days, starting as of yesterday, we had, as you said, a lot of rainfall. So what it challenges it leads to us is we're just coming out of an extended drier period. So we're being cognizant of this really the start of the wet season and how we're managing the system. We've gone from having drier conditions and keeping levels relatively high for water supply purposes to now having to deal with an excessive amount of rainfall, up to 4 inches in some locations, being able to get that water off the landscape and out to tide.
What would prompt you, maybe or maybe not in this event, but maybe in a future tropical storm or hurricane event later this year or in a future year, what prompts you to do any drawdown of the water levels in advance of the system's arrival?
Basically, it's that forecast, and what we're looking out is 2 or 3 days in advance and seeing what kind of rain any storm will bring us. Obviously, in the event of a hurricane event, we can see it coming. You start pulling down canal levels. You start letting water out of the system so as to maintain storage and make room for the anticipated storms that might come and the rainfall that might happen.
All right, well, John Mitnik, Chief District Engineer with the South Florida Water Management District, we thank you so much for your insight, for your time, and keep up the great work. It's going to be a big week for them with more heavy rain expected.
Yeah, and this is not exactly the same, but similar to what they have to do in New Orleans with a risk reduction system for storm surge and inland flooding. So it's not just the rain and the meteorology, it's the people operating the infrastructure.
Yeah, a lot.